Hello, hello, my crafty friends. Looks pretty good. Hope everybody had a good weekend. All right, one thing down. So I find myself, we're going to look at this great little box here. And checking to see. You guys get the glare of one of my lights on things. I don't know that I can change that. Oh, it might be the overhead light. Huh. I am not popping up. There we go. There's one at least. So I'm super excited about playing with this kit. I've had it, you know, and I got to be careful because sometimes I let these boxes just build up, and I do not need to do that, probably like the rest of you guys. We need to do a kit together just so that we can manage to get our stuff done and not end up with a ton of kits running around. We certainly don't need that. Looks like I'm up and running everywhere. So, give people just a minute or two. We had kind of a busy weekend. Did the virtual CropTastic on Saturday with a couple people joining me. And then we did a neighborhood picnic. It's actually really nice to at least once a year get together and see everybody. Hey Sue, how are you? And yeah, so that was good. And I finished my swap cards. Got all the kits for last month out into the mail and a few other things. Those packages look a little crazy because I had to open them. I was prepping mine on Saturday and realized I had left out the little alphabet that we needed. So I had to break into every package and repackage it up. And it looked a little scary, but that was me, not any mail pirate. How are the grandkids? Are you still working at, gosh, I can see their name in my head, but I cannot remember it. I can see the sign. Oh, with the virus. Yeah, did they go back to school? I'm going to say sheets, but I'm pretty sure it's not sheets. Maybe it is. Pretty sure it's not, but anyway, we're going to look at the Bunch of Thanks kit. And that is 166212. Yeah, so 16212. Oh, but did they start school already? Or is tomorrow the first day of school for you guys? Need my scissors back. Miss Sarah Grace has been back in for a little bit. So Mossy Meadow is our color. And you work at a restaurant. Okay. I didn't think it was that. Well, that's wonderful that you drive a van. Yeah, that's when Sarah Grace went back, actually, almost the same date. She went back a day early because she helped the freshmen. She volunteered to be a part of a program that worked with freshmen and helped orientate them to the school, which I thought was kind of nice of hers. All right, so this is a kit that has stamping, so there is a block that I probably will not use since I have a dozen of them or more. It'd be nice if we got to choose block or no block, right? If you've collected a lot. All right, and I thought this was super cute, and our stamps are to from for your love and support. Thanks a bunch. So grateful. Provides a pretty versatile kit or set of sentiments that we could all use. Trying to figure out how I want to fold that up. It's just a little bit more room. So that's our sentiments since we do English. And I know one of them is French. Merci is French. But I am Danke. I think that's German. We have some little baby dots. So I'm going to leave this in a bag because I'll use it as a prize or a thank you somewhere down. There's so many good uses for that, those little blocks besides just stamping with them. Here's our cards. So these fold up to fit into a standard envelope, and those are really pretty envelopes. And so I was intrigued. This looks like your card. We'll take a look at the directions, of course, because that's why we have directions. And then here are a bunch of tags, which are actually super cute with the little dotted lines. And I didn't have to cut it out, dot it, or, you know, use a die to get the little dots around. And then we have our directions. And I believe that these are all close to being the same, maybe. Maybe not. All right, there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, nope, there's 2 different cards. Here we go. So these are different. You have one, or maybe not. Yep, they are different. Eucalyptus, no eucalyptus. That will be our defining piece right there. And then the punch outs are nice because the eucalyptus go with the eucalyptus and the other ones go with the other one. That makes life easy. So has your life been going good? Ours is crazy, but only because our daughter is back in school, and you think it's going to be a little bit quieter when they're back in school, but it's not, because she has so much stuff she's trying to participate in. I have to remind her that she does have 24 hours in a day, but she does need about 8 hours of sleep still. So, oh, here it is. I was like, I should have some twine running around here somewhere, but I have extra over here, so I'm not going to. I got this huge batch of it that I dropped this on the ground and it unraveled the whole thing. So now I have kind of a mess, and I was like, I'm not going to ravel this back up. That's too much work. All right. So let's make a eucalyptus card. You know, I think a prize I shall mail you guys off the card, and you guys can make your own card. So this folds. A bone folder is probably going to be useful. And then this folds. Ooh. I just want to flip this over. Okay, this is going to be inside, outside. So this is going to be the inside of the card, and that looks like the paper that they wrap around a bouquet when you go to the store or you go to a florist. And these are going to be so grateful. You know, I was looking around for a stamp set that said Happy Thanksgiving, and I can be darned if I find one at all in all of the stamps that I have. I am not really sure what we did with Happy Thanksgiving stamps. I'm debating whether looking around trying to find a good Happy Thanksgiving. My sister's going to come and visit, and she would like to make certain things, so Thanksgiving cards is one of them. Okay, so I just put this down, gonna block it up. Did you hear the new information, Sue, that they're going to, let me see, this is, nope, need a bigger block. Leave red rubber behind and go forth with clear only. Right, you do have to manually do it with your stamps. You're right, Susan, welcome. All right, so we have a bunch. I don't know why they did it this way, but the good thing is that we have a bunch, because y'all know I make mistakes. What are you guys' thoughts about leaving red rubber behind? Is anybody upset? It's kind of been a mixed bag. Between demonstrators. Okay, well, I've stamped it, so you'll get a done card now, because we can't mail the stamped images. Okay, this is really a nice, clean, so grateful. Tell me if you will miss. Broke my cardinal rule and don't have a scratch pad to stamp off on. And then on the inside of this right here, you like wood-mounted alphabets the best? I don't know if I have any left. I used to have a bunch of them, which would only go, you know, with what I go figure kind of thing. All right, let's. Okay, these are a unique card, and I like it when they do things that are outside the box, so that when I send somebody, it's not just the same old, same old. Oh, yeah. That's why I don't worry about my stamps staining, because when you have stained stamps, you can find them. Make sense? So I do not mind that at all. Okay, so here it says that we're going to put this in. We're going to take one of our gratefuls, 3 of our gratefuls. So I do okay about not losing, although I'm sitting here looking at the top of my art lamp, and I have 3 stamps on there that I don't know where they go. So I really would have to say I probably lose more. And they're not letters. One's a happy birthday sentiment, and one's like a stitched flower and then a stitched leaf. Those 2 probably come from the same set. Yeah. All right, so this is going to fold up, and you're going to put this sentiment like this on to that, but give it a little bit of room. So I would put my glue down here. And I don't know what I put my tape runners. I've been working on some card swap things. So then this is going to fold like that. So you can see that there's a little, oh, there's a shag rug. Yeah, then they get buried in the shag rug. And this, you don't need 14 inches. You're going to just tie a bow, which y'all know I struggle. And it's kind of set up to go over the top, the picture. So it goes over the top right there. And there's not going to be a really nice way to like use a glue dot to hold this in place. So to keep it tight, once you pull it tight, use your scissors to kind of hold it in place. Maybe. And I just let the tension out. This is why I like putting a glue dot down, guys. You can tighten it all up, but here they need to be able to untie this. I might need a little bit more for my loop. Okay. Pull that tight. So like most of you know, I'm a little bit challenged in the bow tying. So look at that. Super cute. There are now flowers right here. Now once you get this in, that you are going to add into here. I'm just trying to see if these match up to anything, because a lot of times they'll have it and they'll match it up. But this is going to go on the front like this, which is cute actually. And you're only going to put 2 dots on this right here and right there. 2 dots being dimensionals. Actually, Sue, on the note of dimensionals, because I know you like the dimensionals, I actually had to order a bunch more in, because when I get to making swap cards, you end up using them. They are cute. Yeah, I agree. Tying bows is not fun. I feel like the whole thing, like with texting too, you know, I just have fat fingers and it's just hard for me to get, or awkward fingers that they don't cooperate very well. Yeah, these turned out to be, let's just say, much cuter than I thought they were going to be. And then I saw something with a whole bunch of them out and I was like, oh, this is really kind of precious. Really, when you think about, you know, we always do the A5 or A2 cards, and here is something that's completely different. And I like that it's completely different. And once you have things stamped and you kind of know what you're doing, you can see that I'm able to pick up pace. I don't have to look at the directions again to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. So here's the card. That flops down. I do love eucalyptus. Hey Dina, how are you? So how was your weekend, Susan and Sue and Dina? Did you guys do anything special? I did miss one. I'd love to hear how your weekend went. So I got to work Stampin' Up this weekend, so I got a lot done, and I'm very, very happy with how much I was able to get done. Some days I don't feel like I get a lot done, so it's quite exciting when I'm like, yeah, I got it done. Everybody's mail has been picked up this morning. Oh, funerals stink. I'm tired of funerals. We just had one on a celebration of life today for a coworker back in Maryland, actually. You could actually even do that if you wanted to, but I think it looks cuter this way. Cancer sucks. It's the new name of the game. Okay. And then put it on the front. I'm not going to tie the bows because you guys don't need to watch me fumble away to tie a bow. You already know that I struggle. I was saying I ran my virtual crop, which is on Zoom, so you crop from your own house, and I did that, and during that crop I got a lot of stuff done, so I'm really happy. These are so cute, you guys, and they do. I want to see. I didn't tie these. I just want to see how they fit into the card envelope. Oh, very nicely. Like they're perfect. Who else is on here today? Grandbaby's 2nd birthday. Oh, the cuteness of that. Is it just Susan and Sue and Dina on right now? Because if that's the case, that'll make my card giving away pretty easy. I love that for liquid glue, Susan. It's from My Sweet Petunia. It's where I get my Misty from. Yeah. So that's pretty much a win for me. I've kind of gone back and forth about it, but somebody said that they just were raving about it in another group I'm in, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll try, you know, try it out. And then I'm like, I should have done this like ages ago. Seriously, should have done it ages ago. It shows 6 people on. Oh, thank you. You know, let's see, yeah, it's very confusing to me at times, and I think that I count as 2 because I have the iPad and I have it on the main computer. Sometimes otherwise I miss. All right, where did I put this at? I miss comments because sometimes one, yeah, the Misty, I don't use it so much unless I'm doing like repetitive stamping that I need it to be in the same spot every single time. Then I use it for sure. And then, so this one says, thanks a bunch. How appropriate for flowers. And you know, this is probably a stamp set I'll hang on to because if you follow me on my personal page on Facebook, not my business page, but my personal page, you can see that I do like a crazy amount of flowers, and I like to cut the hydrangeas and take them and give them away because they're, yeah, it would be you 3. So you 3 will each get a card. Yeah. You guys can let me know if you want thanks a bunch or so grateful for you. And the thanks a bunch is going to have a different sentiment on the inside. I'm actually trying to see if I have a, it's going to say, for your love and support. I'm sure. I have them stamped all different directions. I didn't catch that the rounded edge came in a couple different ways. For your love and support. So I hope it fits on the block. No, I haven't had that. You know, I had grand ideas for how we were going to do it in the group. And then I realized that I was probably going to have more than one sale. And if I did it in the group, I was going to have to load it up and load the albums up and down more than once and have to re-photograph everything. So I actually got a subscription to a website that will allow me to put my inventory online, and when you buy it, it'll allow me to invoice you for payment, and it takes it out of the inventory when it's gone. Kind of like, you know, LuLaRoe does, or, you know, the nail ladies or makeup people will use. And I was like, that's what I'm going to need to do. So we're in the process of photographing a bunch of stamps. And I got the paper sorted out. So little by little, we are getting it together. And then it will just be a link online. Because when Jeff and I were talking about it, we're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be like a lot to do, and he has no desire to have to load albums and unload. Well, what I have done before is in a group is I would take pictures and I load them up in the album, like here are all your A-size stamps, or here are all your paper packs, here are all your workshops, you know, each album. But when the sale's over, you have to pull the albums down. You have to delete everything out of the albums. But this will allow me to like run a sale and leave up the inventory and shut down the buy, so that I'm not spending, you know, days or, you know, getting orders after the planned time. And then I can load up more stuff, keep the stuff on that didn't sell. And yeah, and so I'm excited. So you guys can each let me know which one you'd like to have. The three of you. It's private message me your address, even if you think I have it. That is your way of claiming your prize. I will tie the bow for you, and I'll save the envelope so you can, I'll fold it and put it in. For kit envelopes, I want to send them to you guys. For other cards, I'm going to have to stop sending them because they're starting to send me back the card for more postage if it has because it's too thick, they said. So when I fold that and you have 4 layers of paper, apparently that is now too thick to mail on a forever stamp, first class. And what was bizarre is that, like, they mailed the same one. Actually, was it yours, Sue, that came back? No, yours came back because I think I left off the zip code. But somebody else's came back, and it was one of 4 cards that went out, or packages, all the same postage, and they sent one back, and it was going to Pennsylvania, to Regina. And I was like, huh. And it said that I needed 88 more cents. I was like, that's a lot, considering everybody else got mailed for 73 and you want 88 more cents. So, you know, and it'd be really sad because I really like to do the cards, and then if they decide to start making it difficult, and it's another reason why I prefer flatter embellishments. Okay, so flip that over. Is they ship better, or they just don't cost. They don't cost. Love and support. Okay, so Sue wants a love and support. Yeah. And what I'm kind of hoping, Sue, is to like offload some of the stuff that's retired for Stampin' Up as well, because I don't know, Maybe one day I should just like do my own thing, but I love having the discount on the paper. Okay, so this is that piece. Is it that? Yep. And I blow through paper, like I can use a lot of paper. Oh yes, googly eyes are definitely bad news, and there's no flat version of googly eyes. None. I mean, I have looked all over for flat googly eyes, which kind of googly defeats the whole purpose of that. Because it's like the shaker card. So I just made some really pretty shaker cards. I'll show them to you in a second here. We'll do that card online because CTMH. Stampin' Up! Has this incredible 3D foam tape that allows you to, oh, that's cute. Aw. Love it when I like, oh, that's so cute. That allows you to make shaker cards very easily. Here's that stuff. Yes, garage sales are always a ton of fun. And here's what I did with that lights, the Aurora Borealis paper. It has another name. It's not the Aurora Borealis paper. That's Linda's name for it. Right. And I made a shaker card. This one actually, it's really cool looking because I have the trees going all the way across, but I had to really think about how to cut it so that I could get the trees inside the shaker, outside the shaker, and on the frame. We should have just cut out paper eyes. Yeah, the googly eyes. So a lot of what I've done in replacement for googly eyes is I use, Stampin' Up! Called it liquid glass. I'm pretty sure they still sell it. I can't imagine them not selling it. And then, let's see, which one did Sue? Sue wants love and support too. Very nice. Okay, so I definitely need to hang on to this stamp set because you guys are liking the sentiment, and that's an unusual sentiment. So I will tie them for you, save the envelope for you guys, and then I'll ship them out. And Dina, just let me know which one you'd like to have. And here's a cute little card that you can give away, and it's done for you, and it has a beautiful envelope. I would add shimmer to this. Yeah. All right, ladies, look at that. I think that kit took me about 25 minutes maybe to get done. It is 4:35, so maybe a half an hour to do 8 cards that are unique. Surprise you, Dina. I will surprise you. Okay, guys, I will see you on Thursday, and we'll do a make a card, and I'll get the directions on Thursday. I'll get the pieces so you can pre-cut if you want to pre-cut and make it with me. Talk to you soon.